Good morning, children. Okay, fine. Okay, children. So we have learned the lessons till last week. I hope that you have started learning the materials sent to you. Okay, children. So we have completed lithosphere 1 and lithosphere 2. Yes. So lithosphere 2 materials will be sent to you. I hope that you are thorough with the lithosphere 1. So it will be given to you today, lithosphere 2 materials. But anyhow, we will be starting the next lesson, evolution of humans and society, prehistoric period. Evolution of humans and society, prehistoric period. That is the first lesson in your book, history part. Okay, so in this lesson, prehistoric period. Okay, evolution of humans and society, how the humans evolved, how the society evolved, how we have started, okay, how we have started living, how our civilization developed. So all that we will be learning in this lesson. Fine, children? Okay, fine. So in this lesson, you will be learning about how the archaeologists played a very important role, how paleontologists, they also how they played an important role, what kind of sources we got in order to find out how people lived earlier. All that we will be learning. Fine, children. So without wasting the time, we will get into the lesson. So you can see the lesson here, evolution of humans and society, prehistoric period. We know very well that now we live in the age of information technology. Okay, it is information technology age, but it was this picture which is called as the Stone Age, we can say. Okay, Stone Age. From Stone Age to information technology age, we had lot of developments. We had lot of important people who discovered something, who invented something. So all these inventions and discoveries made lot of changes in everybody's life, especially in the society. It made lot of changes, the way of living and everything. Fine. Now we have, everybody has a mobile phone. Without the mobile phone, our life is not like that. Totally, the world is changed. Earlier, like 120 years back, or we can say that 10 years back, having the phone for a house itself, it was a very bigger task. Okay, one phone for one house was a very bigger task. But now you see, each and every one of the family should have a phone. Even if a small baby is there too, it needs a phone. Okay, because parents are engaged in some work. They go to office. To entertain that child, songs are needed. Where to put the songs? Immediately we go to the mobile phone. We download some songs and we show it to the child. So from the day it is born, we are getting used to the technologies. Okay, from the day a human being is born, okay, the child is getting addicted to the all these kind of gadgets, because it is all because of the information technology development. Without that we can't live. Totally the society is changed, and we have lot of advantages and we have disadvantages too. We have to take only the advantages. Now due to the pandemic situation, you all are far away, we all are far away, but we all are connected to one group. It is all because of this information technology only, advancement in the information technology. Fine. So this plays a very important role in our life. And this modern life, who has brought this kind of modern life? Only the present generation has invented the mobile phone? No. Imagine in the villages and all, like the match boxes were connected to the threads and they used to talk. So slowly it developed. Okay. And Alexander Graham Bell invented, and so many inventions happened after that. Have you ever seen the first mobile phone? Have you ever seen the first phone? When you have time, you just see to it. So our ancestors had that knowledge. Our ancestors were very brilliant. Okay, nowadays we go for the course, we learn something, and with the help of the knowledge what we studied, we are inventing something. We are doing discoveries, and a lot of things are done because of the knowledge we get from the others. But imagine about the first person who has invented all those things. So this knowledge has come from the ancestors. This intelligence, this brilliance has come from the ancestors. Okay, so prehistoric people were the pioneers of the creative knowledge. Where do we find all those? We can find all those creativities through their artifacts, whatever things they left, they used to know after their life is gone. So it was buried under the earth or something like that. So nowadays it is all dug, and all these materials are taken out like pots and some weapons, whatever they used. So all those are taken out, and through that we are able to identify that how those people lived in the past. Fine, children. So regarding that only, we are going to learn in this lesson how the human beings, okay, had their culture, how development took place in human beings' life. Okay, how the early man was, how development took place, we are going to see in this lesson. So we live in the age of information technology. Mobile phones have literally put the world into our fingertips. Yes or no? By touching it, we can just go do the Google search and find out whatever it is, whatever the happenings around the world. We need not walk or travel for thousands of kilometers or something like that. Okay, so that's why it is given as in our fingertips. All technological developments did not emerge all of a sudden. The foundation of our modern life was facilitated by the development of the process of cognition among the human ancestors in the prehistoric age. So all these developments had not taken part all of a sudden. It did not take place all of a sudden. It happened in the earlier days itself. If the fire was not discovered, if the wheel was not invented, what would have happened? Yes. So those people are the brilliant people. From them only we have learnt all the other processes. We have just done the modification. But real creators, okay, were our ancestors only. Now let us see the origin of the earth and geological ages. The earth ages are divided into geological ages, because we know very well that human beings did not evolve as the first species in the world. There were other lot of species before human beings. So that is why according to the species whichever lived there, the earth ages divided into geological ages. Okay, so here the total lifespan of the earth from its origin, from the day the earth is coming to the solar system, it is called as geological time. Okay, the available evidence indicate that the age of the earth is 5,000 million years, that is 5 billion years. Whatever evidences we got, through that evidences we will be able to identify that, or we will come to the conclusion that the age of the earth is 5,000 million years. And our geologists, okay, they have divided the geological time into different divisions based on the fossils available. Fossils means that the dead remains of the animals, human beings, or whatever it is. Okay, எலும்புக்கூடுகள், fossils. So divisions based on the different types of fossils available in the different parts of the earth. Okay, each division has its own duration, that is from this year to that year, this year to that year, like that they have divided. Yes, so let us see that. Here you can see era. See, this is what geologic history is given there, and you can see here era, period, millions of years ago. How the year is given? Millions of years ago. MYA. MYA means millions of years ago, Maya. So first one, Cenozoic period. Cenozoic period. So in that Cenozoic period is divided into two. That is Quaternary, Tertiary. Quaternary, Tertiary. So that Quaternary was the first stage, so 1 to 8. It is given. Okay, million years ago till present. And this is Tertiary, 65 to 1.8 MYA. Okay, this structure. Next one you can see here, Mesozoic period. Mesozoic period. So that Mesozoic period is divided into Cretaceous period, Jurassic period, Triassic period. So Cretaceous period you can see 146 to 65 MYA. Jurassic period from 200 to 146 MYA. Okay. Then Triassic from 251 to 200 millions of years ago. Next one, if you see here, Paleozoic period. It is called Paleozoic period, which is Permian. Okay, Permian period, Carboniferous period, Devonian period, Silurian period, Ordovician period, Cambrian. Okay, Cambrian. So all these are not in your book. Just for your understanding, I have just shown this to you because you have to know how the periods are divided. Permian, Carboniferous, Devonian, Silurian, Ordovician, Cambrian. Okay, you can see the different pictures given there also. So all these comes under Paleozoic period. Here the next one is Precambrian period. That is 4,570 to 542 million years ago. You can see the cells, the cell structure. Yes, so like this, our geological history is divided into different periods. That is era: Cenozoic, Mesozoic era, Paleozoic era. Yes, Cenozoic, Mesozoic, Paleozoic era. Another one is Precambrian. So here you can see the history of the humans is closely related to the history of the earth. Okay, history of the human beings is closely related to the history of the earth because the earth contains all the facts, geological, archaeological, biological records it has. All these are the very important for, all these sources are very important for reconstructing the history. That means to know, we would have heard some stories about the prehistorians, but all these sources help us to know better about those people. Okay, and the living organisms, whatever lived on the earth. You can see here the fossil bones of the ancestors. All these are embedded in the earth layers because it won't get decayed. The fossils will be there, but somewhere, wherever they died or wherever they lived, it will be there buried under the earth. So you can see here, you can just imagine with this picture whether we have this much big skull, these many big people were lived like that, but we don't know exactly. Through the fossils, still research is going on whether such big peoples were lived there. Okay. So let us see about paleoanthropologist and archaeologist. So there are two important people who excavate and give us all the evidences about the prehistoric people. So those two persons are paleoanthropologist and archaeologist. These two people excavate the soil and rock layers on the earth and extract evidence about human ancestors. Okay, extract evidences about human ancestors. And after that, these layers and the fossils are scientifically dated to study the various stages in human evolution and prehistory. After they take out all the fossils, they will just give the date and divide that which fossil is earlier, which fossil is later one, like that they will segregate it because these people know how to identify it. We are able to say the age of the tree now with the help of the rings. In the same way, they also have some identification to date it, the fossils. So archaeology means it is a study of the human past through the analysis and interpretation of the material remains. Material remains means what? Parts, okay, weapons, dresses, ornaments, all these are the material remains. With the help of the material remains, to know about the people who lived in the past is called what? Archaeology. Excavating the material remains, archaeology. Paleoanthropology is fossil remains. எலும்புக்கூடுகளை வச்சு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது. That is called paleoanthropology. So paleoanthropology is a study of the human ancestors and their evolution by the study of fossil remains. So this is the difference between archaeology and paleoanthropology. Paleoanthropology. So you can see the structure of the skull. So various ages, various structure of the skull is given there. You can see here. So all these are the remains taken from the earth. Yes, so let us learn this. Our earth was formed approximately 4.54 billion years ago. So what is it? 4.54 billion years ago. Yes, so the span of the earth is divided into various eras, various periods, various epochs by the geologists. How is it divided? It was divided into various eras, periods, and epochs. Now let us see 1 billion is equal to 100 crore years. 1 billion means what? 100 crore years. 1 million is equal to 10 lakh years. Eras means a long and distinct period of history is called era. Period means the division of history into ages. Periods, ancient period, medieval period, modern period, like that we divide. So that is called what? Division of history into ages. Epochs means I have given here for your better understanding in Tamil, Sagaptangal. That is a particular period of time in history of a person's life. Okay, so all these are the explanations, meanings given there. Eras means a long and distinct period of history. Periods means the division of history into ages. Epochs means a particular period of time in history or a person's life. That is called epochs. So here, these people were called Australopithecines. Okay, Australopithecines. These people were called Australopithecines. So these people were the apes actually, from which modern human beings evolved. So from them only all the modern people evolved. Now they are extinct. But they are the close relatives of humans because we have we have changed. Human beings have evolved from this Australopithecines only. That is why they are the close relatives of humans, Australopithecines. And I have told you, I have shown you the biological evolution. If you see here, see the first living organism, then the structure changed like this. Then these are the formations. You can see the structure of the tree also. Okay. And after that, you can see what kind of living organisms were there. You can see the size and shape of the fish here. Then after that, you can see the structure of the tree also side by side. See, reptiles from water. First of all the organisms evolved in the water. From water, after they started coming to the land, they are like this. See, then after that only all this period, dinosaur period, and you can see the structure of the trees also during that period. Then finally only all these living organisms. Okay, even the elephants were like that. After that only modern human beings. Fine. So here, human inquiries into the past and origin of the world. So humans are the only species on earth who can think, okay, understand everything. Okay, human beings are the only species on the earth who can think and understand everything. And during that evolution time, they become conscious and knowledgeable. They learned many things and they even tried to make many things also. So they considered nature as God. They started worshipping the nature as God. They started worshipping the fire, they started worshipping the trees. All the gift given by the nature was considered as God by those people. Now let us see the scientific foundation of geology, biology and archaeology. Here, so you can see here stratigraphy, oldest museum, natural selection, survival of the fittest, fossil, stone age, bronze age, iron age. So what is given there? What you can understand from this scientific foundation of geology? What can you understand from this slide? It's nothing but I will tell you, you need not think more than that. Okay, now we are telling about the history. History means the record of the past. History means the record of the
Ma'am, we can hear you.
Ma'am, you are muted, ma'am.
Ma'am, on the mic.
Ma'am, you are muted, ma'am. Please unmute your mic.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this alone we will see now. So people had lot of doubts, so they started having the interest in collection of the archaeological remains, and they started opening the museums. Museums, why do we have the museums? Whatever they collected, they kept in a place for the others also to see, and they preserved it. That is called what? Museum. And a lot of ideas also developed. They started finding about even the rocks, how the layers are there, how rocks, soil, and human beings' life is interconnected. So everything, they started having the inquiry of that. So here, uh, imagine now human beings also lived in the place, other living organisms also lived in the place. Whether they selected their place to live where they are going to live, no, it's not like that. It is all the natural selection. Okay, now we can say that we are selecting our place where we are going to live, but at that time it all happened due to nature. So that is why it is called as what? Natural selection. It is called what? Natural selection. So then after that it is inherited, then reproduction takes place, the population of each species also developed in that places. Then after that only, if they wanted to move to some other places, they started moving in search of food. They moved to the different places. It is all because of the food only, wanting of the food. So this is the oldest museum in the world. This is the museum of Enni Galdi Nanna. What is the name of this museum? Enni Galdi Nanna in Mesopotamia. It is in Mesopotamia, which was established in 530 BC. Which was established in 530 BC. Princess Enigaldi was the daughter of the Neo-Babylonian king Nabonidus. So she started it, the Museum of Enigaldi Nanna. She was the princess. Princess Enigaldi was the daughter of Neo-Babylonian king Nabonidus. So it is in Mesopotamia. It is the oldest museum. You can see here the museum. It is the oldest museum. Fine, children, I think that the time is up. The other things we will see in the next class. So, children, we will meet in the next class.